John's dream date kept turning cold. Today we're going to talk about John's dating life. He's 45 years old, works in tech, is a homeowner, and is fully ready to meet the one and start a family. John has had 2 or 3 serious relationships, and he's generally been really passive in these relationships. He was busy getting his life together, building his career, and becoming stable so he can start a family. Now, John's first relationship was actually initiated by his ex-girlfriend. She was the one that started to speak to him first, was actually supporting him through the time that he was going through school, was the breadwinner in the relationship, and once he was able to be more on his own feet and wanted to have a stronger role in the relationship, was ready to give in the relationship, she wasn't able to receive from him. They were both competing of being the man of the house, and it wasn't working. Unfortunately, that relationship didn't work, and John was ready to go out there and date again. The second woman that he met was just as successful as he was, and also had her life together, homeowner, strong career, and whenever they would go on dates, it felt really promising for him because they shared a lot of similar interests and values, but she was really harsh and critical and quite angry from the beginning. And John always felt put down, belittled, and emasculated throughout their dates. And he wasn't sure why he was feeling this way because it was chipping at him slowly throughout each date that he went forward with, until he was completely turned off, disconnected, and had zero sex drive for his second girlfriend. And so that relationship didn't work out. He unfortunately started to seek out other women, which created more of a relationship problem between the two of them, because on top of her harsh, critical nature, she also put him down and made him feel bad for cheating on her, not seeing what role she played in the relationship. Not saying that John's approach was the best approach. Being honest and walking away without betrayal was the more integral approach, but also seeing why he grew cold in that relationship, and what he was really seeking was deeper connection and a woman that would appreciate what he has to offer. And by the time that he reached his 40s, 2 failed relationships, he realized he needs to do something different. Otherwise, he's going to continue to be alone or miserable. And he wanted neither of those. He wanted to be happy and coupled up. And so we looked at John's patterns to see why he was choosing the type of women that he was choosing. When he was in his younger years, he was more focused on his career rather than love. And so in order to have companionship, he allowed a woman to take care of him. And when he was ready to take care of a woman, he was no longer attracted to a caregiver role from a woman in his life. When we looked at his second relationship, he realized that his second relationship, she was the woman of his dreams. She was beautiful, successful, looked great on paper, but had zero heart or empathy for him, didn't appreciate what he had to offer, criticized and put down every attempt that he made to connect with her, and wasn't really accepting what he had to give. She could not receive him. As a man, he being more in that giver role, he needs to be giving to a woman that will receive him, that is receptive to him, that is open and likes what he has to offer. And that wasn't the case with his second girlfriend. And so John wanted to do things differently. He learned to vet a little bit differently when he goes out in the dating world, to be with a woman that made him feel good about himself and genuinely appreciated what he had to offer, had more of a receptive nature to what he brings to the table. His personalities, his hobbies, his interests, the lifestyle that he has, the level of providing and caretaking that he's willing to offer, and also making sure that his needs are being addressed in the relationship, that he's being nurtured, loved, has a loyal partner, and has the same vision in his life, that they're both looking for the same thing, which is to start a family, to have a long-term commitment with each other. And this really helped shine a light for John to realize that his values or what he was focusing on weren't the core values that he was looking for. And when he started to look at the core values, then everything started to fall into place for him. But he had to know very clearly what it is that he's looking for and walk away when it's not there, and to have a sense of strong self-worth, to not tolerate any bad behavior from a potential love interest, and not force a love interest to happen just because they seem like a really good person, but he has no spark with her. He has to have the spark and he has to feel good with her. That combination is required for the longevity of a relationship, amongst many other factors, including communication and mutual values. That was the big change for John, is to reassess his priorities and his values, to be clear on what was important, including the way that he felt with a woman and what their goals were together in life. And that combination helped him to find his now wife. And I'm happy to say that they just had their first baby and they are doing great as a family. So if you can relate to any part of this video, I would love to hear your story in the comment section, and I will catch you in the next video. May peace be with you.